Alright everyone, welcome back. So, we had 4 teams clinch the playoffs last night and over the next 2 days or so. I'm going to be making videos talking about all 4 of those teams, starting off with the Boston Bruins. So, the Bruins are the second team to clinch a playoff spot. They are the second team in the Eastern Conference as well. They are most likely going to be the winners of the Atlantic Division. So it's no surprise that the Bruins are the team to clinch. Boston is currently 42, 17, and 15 for 99 points. They have scored 246 goals. They've let in 206 for a 40 difference. They have a 23, 9, and 6 record at home. They are 19, 8, and 9 on the road. And they are 4th in the NHL. So again, Boston, I thought heading into the season that the Bruins were going to be not like a playoff, not like a team that misses the playoffs, but they weren't going to be the level they were last year. And they aren't. They really aren't. But I didn't think they would win the division again, which is most likely what's going to happen. They would be a top seeding team. I figured they'd be battling for a wild card spot. Well, we were wrong. Like a lot of the times we are with Boston, whenever we just think they're going to fall off. No, they haven't. They have clinched for 8 straight seasons now. I am no longer on that wagon where Boston's just going to fall off because I just can't see it. As long as that big line of Pastrnak and Marchand are together, there's no way. They're not. It's not happening. And their goaltending's great. Their defense is great. The depth has proved me wrong. Definitely has proved me wrong. There were a lot of takes that I had about this team's center chart and a lot of other questions about kind of defensive depth and all that stuff. No, it all proved me wrong. Everything for this Bruins team has done very well. Now, have there been points where they've been Yes, there have been. And I said that in the Rangers too. There's going to be a lot of times in a full 82-game season where there are going to be teams that they go through struggles. And the Bruins succumb to that this year. They aren't immune to it. No team is immune to it. Every team goes through a stretch where they don't look good. Doesn't mean Boston's a bad team. So you look at their leading scorers, it's David Pastrnak leading the way. And he has a pretty sizable difference between him and Marchand for the second leading scorer. Pastrnak, 74 games played, 45 goals, 56 assists for 101 points. He has almost 40 more points than Brad Marchand, the second leading scorer. So it just goes to show that Pasternak's been on an absolute tear these last couple of months for the Bruins. And definitely, I disregard Pastrnak a lot. I haven't made a whole lot of Bruins videos this year. I haven't. With them being successful and, not having the year they had last year, I just haven't made that many videos on them. But with the Bruins, I look at this team and Pastrnak is one of the bigger MVPs. There's a really big conversation right now for the Hart Trophy. Pastrnak should get at least some consideration. And he will. He definitely will. But the issue is that Kucherov's playing so well. McKinnon's playing so well. You got McDavid in the conversation too. You got Matthews. It's just a problem that Pastrnak easily gets disregarded. But he's doing a really good job for this Bruins team. And I wouldn't say he's carrying them like a lot of the other players you could argue are. But he's doing a pretty decent job at bringing this team to the playoffs for sure. So Pastrnak definitely deserves some credit there. Brad Marchand, second in scoring, as I mentioned. 74 games played, 27 goals, 36 assists, 63 points. Obviously named the captain in the Bruins centennial season. So it's nice to see there Marchand putting up good numbers. Hasn't really been in the media for any controversy besides just, the every now and then there's a fine or a suspension, but really have not seen a whole lot here from Brad Marchand in regards to anything of that manner. So good on Marchand for keeping it mature, keeping it clean for the most part. You got Charlie Coyle, who is third in scoring. Coyle has really impressed me. When I said that Boston's center chart was a little bit concerning, their best center was Coyle or Pavel Zacha. You could either argue any of those two guys as their number one center. However, Coyle has looked really good, even though we didn't think he was going to be the best player on this team. 74 games played, 23 goals, 32 assists for 55 points. Those are really good numbers for Coyle. And is a lot of it the fact that he's playing on a line with Marchand and Patrice Bergeron and Pastrnak? Yes, there probably is a factor that's playing into that, but it still goes to show that Charlie Coyle can be a legitimate center for this Bruins team. Now, am I still a little bit concerned about that heading into playoffs? Yeah, of course. I am a little bit concerned in regards to, is, Coyle really going to work out as a number one center or a number two center? Like, I don't know if that is, I don't know if I'm fully on board with that personally, but obviously I've been wrong before. So Coyle, hopefully he proves me wrong. Fourth in scoring is Pavel Zacha. Zacha with 70 games played, 18 goals, 32 assists for 50 points. Zacha has been a solid player this year as well. Again, probably around the number 2 center is where we see Zacha finish at. So it's nice to see that he's making an impact there as a player who, when he was on this team last year, found himself out of the lineup a lot. Like, he wasn't even wasn't even in the lineup. So that shows a lot there for me as well in the Zacha deal. And even when they acquired him last season in the 1-for-1 with Haula, they probably won that deal, looking at that in retrospect. They did really good in that deal. And then finally, number 5 is Charlie McAvoy. McAvoy with 66 games played, 10 goals, 34 assists for 44 points. McAvoy has had good numbers as well. Easily gets disregarded again in the Norris Trophy races. He's kind of like Pastrnak when it comes to the Hart. McAvoy gets heavily disregarded for the Norris Trophy. He definitely isn't a player that I'd say, yeah, he wins it, but he should be in the conversation every single year. He should be. And he usually is, but a lot of people seem to forget that he exists. You're looking at him. But yeah, definitely McAvoy is another name there that I think should be included in conversations for awards. But still, best number 1 defenseman for this team, doing very well. So that's your scoring right there. There have been guys who have come up and played well, like Justin Brazeau. Poitras was looking good at one point. So there's definitely names there that are doing solid for Boston. But apart from that, it's more or less just the top 5 doing all the work. But not all the work. When you look at their goaltending, there has been one player who has been insane this year. It's Jeremy Swayman. Swayman, it's crazy too, because he was in arbitration talks, and he was in other talks for other things. And, arbitration, the fact that they took Swayman to arbitration looks ridiculous now with the way he's played this season. 23, 8-8 record overall for a 2.58 goals against average and a .916 save percentage. Swayman's been nothing short of unreal. He has been awesome this season. And for a guy, too, as I said, got signed to a pretty meh contract, will get a lot of money this offseason. And he definitely deserves it. Him and his agent are going to be pushing for that money, regardless of whether or not Boston goes far in the playoffs or not. It would be unbelievable to see Swayman go to arbitration again. Like, that would be really disrespectful to the way he's played this year. And additionally, too, Linus Ullmark, your backup goalie, has also looked good, too. 19, 9, and 7 for a 2.64 goals against average and a .914 save percentage. So, again, Ullmark was insanely impressive last year, but then again, he just hasn't been that this year. Not as good as he was last year, but still, he's had good numbers. I mean, there is a little bit of concern with some of his play. Some of the games are a little bit rough, but then again, all goalies are going to have really rough games. So it's nice to see there that Linus Ullmark is also doing very well. And it's probably one of the best tandems in the NHL. I talk about how Jonathan Quick and Igor Shesterkin of the Rangers could win the William M. Jennings Trophy. I think that Swayman and Ullmark could win it again. They really could. They're two really solid goalies on probably one of the best tandems in the NHL. And it's really not close. For those who do not know, the William M. Jennings is awarded to the best goalie tandem. Should have said that. But regardless, the Bruins have clinched. I'm hoping they go further than the first round because I really enjoy Boston's playoff runs. The Bruins, even though I'm a Flyers fan, even though I'm, I guess, a Red Wings fan now, the Bruins are still one of my favorite teams. I really enjoy watching Boston. I really enjoy talking about Boston. It sucks I haven't been able to do that much this year, but I will definitely be talking about them a lot in the playoffs and also streaming their games. So I am really intrigued to do that in the future. But yeah, the Bruins have clinched the playoff spot. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I'm trying to talk slower because one thing I've noticed in a lot of my videos is that I talk fast. I can't. I need to slow myself down. So make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to end the video. But yeah, like and subscribe down below if you're new. We'd like to get to the 3,000 by the end of the playoffs. So it's all greatly appreciated. But regardless, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.